And now I'm here in the kitchen with Master Chef David Baruthio. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely, happy to be here.
And at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, you were opening a restaurant in Switzerland?
Right, pretty much. I mean, we were already open, but we were trying to reopen for the season, and it was very difficult, but somehow we got it done, and we're still around, so.
Yeah, so you were actually in Switzerland
I was
for
in Switzerland
a number of months, right?
For about 4 months without being able to come back home.
The pandemic has been really hard on a lot of restaurant owners and people who work in the restaurant industry everywhere. How did your restaurant make it through?
We made a deal with the hotel next door to us, and we got it done. And we cater for hotel guests and survive, and put our heads down and try to make the most of it. It's a sad situation, but we're all in good health, and I think that's the best thing that somebody can have.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm sure that was hard to be away from family, and travel is so difficult.
Really was.
And, well, we are just so happy to have you back in Iowa.
I'm happy to be back in Iowa. That's where home is, so it's always good to come back home.
Right, but you always work all over the world.
All the time.
So Switzerland, but there have been many other adventures in many other countries.
Correct. Right now in Iowa, where we have the farm to run, and we also run the catering side of Baru, and Baru is focusing on high-end catering and to-go, and that's what keeps us going.
Nice, nice. Well, I hope there are many, many more adventures, and travel gets easier and easier again.
Yes.
And today, we're going to
we're going to cook with Prairie Breeze Cheddar, one of my favorite Iowa cheese.
Mine too.
Fantastic. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right, we're going to cook with cheddar cheese, Prairie Breeze from Milton Creamery, which is a wonderful cheese. But what are we going to make with it?
So we're going to make a twice-baked potato.
Awesome.
So featuring Prairie Breeze cheddar, bacon, because everything tastes better with bacon.
True.
Little creme fraiche, because I'm French, and some broccoli.
Did they make you promise as a master chef you must always use creme fraiche?
No, but everything tastes better with a little creme fraiche and butter too. But bacon and cheddar will be.
Yeah, this is exciting.
Prairie Breeze will be the highlight.
For sure. All right, let's get started.
Let's get started. So I got some russet potato that have been washed before. I'm going to wrap them in aluminum foil. A little bit of salt. And we're going to cook those for about 45 minutes.
All right. Well, they're nice and soft.
Nice and soft. You don't want to, you really want them really cooked all the way through. And 450 in the oven, 45 minutes.
All right.
So while this is cooking, we're going to blanch our broccoli.
All right. We've got some water boiling already.
Water boiling. Broccoli.
So we're just going to blanch the broccoli. That's a pretty fast process.
Right, but we want them a little bit more than blanched. We want them more on the softer side for the preparation we're going to do.
Okay.
So I'll cook it about for a minute and a half, and then we're going to put them in ice cold water so they stop the process of cooking and they keep that nice green color.
Perfect.
So now they're nice and blanched.
And very green.
And very green. Okay?
All right.
So now we're going to do the Prairie Breeze cheddar, and I'm going to shred it.
I have a cheese grater here.
Perfect.
Standing by.
So I like that cheddar because the particularity of it, cheddar sometimes can be too spicy, too salty, too dry, and they really do a great job with it because it's mild, it's still a little moist. So we're going to set that aside while we go and drain the broccoli.
Okay.
So now that the broccoli is drained, we're going to take the bacon, we're going to cut it in lardon, and we're going to saute it with the onion.
With the onion, nice.
So, bacon, potato, cheese, nothing can go wrong here.
No, this is a recipe for success.
Yes. So we're not going to cook any fat. We're going to have everything is going to happen from the natural fat of the bacon.
Okay.
So all in one pot. Here's my yellow onion that I have sliced, rough chopped. And all we do here, we let the magic happen.
Nice, hot.
So the way you know, obviously this is very hot, but you poke in there. Yep, there. If you blade
It's
cuts,
easy to go in.
it's cooked.
Great.
So we're gonna open those. Careful, it's a little hot.
Yeah.
Slice them in half, all the way through. Okay. And then we're gonna take the potato as much as we can out.
Oh, okay.
So it is a little hot, so we wait. We did wait a little bit, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna go in there. Great color here.
Nice caramelization going on.
Yeah. And we start mixing. I'm gonna take the broccoli. Okay.
And get your greens in there too.
Get your
Color,
greens,
flavor, but now you're making it healthy.
Exactly. With the bacon, it's wonderful, right?
Right.
Very low cholesterol dish. So creme fraiche. Mm-hmm. You can use also sour cream if you don't have any creme fraiche. Bit of parsley. Little chives. Touch of salt. Touch of pepper. And we'll mix that into a nice paste.
Wonderful. So you can put it right back in those potatoes,
Exactly.
right?
You want to crush a little bit, you want to make sure you mix until all your potatoes are crushed. Maybe a little more creme fraiche. And because I'm French, a little bit of butter also. Because that will help also for the caramelization when we bake it.
Nice.
Voila.
Wonderful.
And now we're gonna do the filling a little bit.
Wonderful.
We'll finish up with a little bit of cheese on the top to get that gratiné feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go back to the oven.
Great.
There you go. We got 7-8 minutes until it's ready.
Great.
Well, it's perfectly baked. Look, nicely little gratiné here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that looks fantastic. And we bake them for about 10 to 12 minutes?
Yeah, 10 to 12 minutes at 450. It is very, very hot.
Yes. What a perfect thing to eat after a day spent outside.
Exactly.
Or
It's very comfy.
yeah,
Finish here with a little creme fraiche, just like this.
gorgeous.
To melt here. Touch of chives here. I got a little fresh chiffonade of parsley that we had left.
I can't think of anybody that wouldn't love this. This is just fantastic.
Touch of black pepper. And that's it. Voila. Bon
Wonderful.
appetit.
Ah, Chef David, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All right, so we've made those amazing baked potatoes. Now we're gonna make a soup. Tell me about it.
So yeah, we're gonna do a potato brown beer cheddar soup.
That sounds delicious.
Perfect.
What are we gonna do first?
So first we're gonna chop the potatoes.
You already did all the peeling. That's good.
Yeah, I get the peeling done first. Got little elves in the morning that come
Nice.
and peel.
I need those.
So there we go. Just, small chop. We'll start with a little bit of butter, so we don't want the pan too hot, otherwise it's gonna burn.
Just warm enough to melt.
Yep. Onion. It's a very simple dish. It's all really, you know, about the cheese and the potato. All in one, easy to do. You know, especially I like to cook at home for family, and you know, you don't always have the time or the energy. So this is all one pot, and you let it cook and simmer, and that's it.
Nice.
Comfort food.
Yeah, a little bit of seasoning.
A little bit of seasoning, not too much. You can always put some more afterwards. And here we're gonna go a little higher. There you go. We're just gonna stir it a little bit.
Okay.
So our potatoes are a little bit all glazed, and you know, we don't really need a color on that. So
All right.
now we go and we add some of
Time
your
to add
favorite
the
brown
rest.
beer.
Nice.
Not all of it. Save some for a drink.
Well, you just changed the aroma in here
We do.
dramatically.
And then we add the stock. So I just use a plain vegetable stock, but
You can use whatever,
you
right?
can use whatever you like. Make sure you don't take anything too salty. And
Because there will be plenty of salt in the cheese.
correct. And now we put the lid and let cook that until the potatoes are totally soft.
All right.
There we go.
And you're going to blend it before you add the dairy products?
Correct. I'm gonna add the dairy product while I'm blending, so I can
Alright.
control better the consistency.
Nice.
So I'm gonna add a little bit of the dairy now and some more liquid.
All right. That's whole cream?
Just whole cream, yes. Fresh whole cream. A little bit more of stock. Touch of salt. See? And now we put the cheese. If you notice, I didn't put any cheese in the cooking
Yes,
because
I was worried.
no. I think it's better like this.
It really makes the cheese a highlight.
Correct.
Oh, now this kitchen smells even more amazing.
Exactly. Now, a little bit of creme fraiche,
Because you're French.
because I'm French and because it makes things better. And I'll finish it off with a little bit of parsley.
Fantastic.
And you know, when you eat, you can always add more of the cheese.
All right, let's try this soup. So excited. It's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Make sure you get a little bit of that cheese with every bite.
Yes. Oh, it's so creamy.
Yeah.
And I love having the cheese on top because that gives,
You get it right away.
yeah, absolutely. So you get that great cheese taste, but then the creamy potato and beer soup
Exactly.
and wow. Well, it's
Perfect.
fabulous. Chef W, thank you so much.
Merci.